boy B Mize, and welcome to the first episode of the PHRELife Podcast. I know y'all done, those who follow me or whatever, y'all done seen me posting videos, training videos. Y'all have seen, some of the posts I've made talking about speed and things of that nature. So I decided to, start a podcast, man, and let's go deeper into the things that I'm posting, deeper into this hill that I'm gonna stand on and defend forever. So this podcast episode today is going to be short and sweet, and it's just really the what and why of free life. What is free life and why free life? Okay, so I'm gonna jump into it. In a nutshell, right? Free life is a life principle. There's a couple of things, but right now let's talk about it's a life principle. And that principle says, and I'm sorry you'll see me looking down because I have my tablet and I have notes in it. Life principle. We believe that everything prepares you for the next thing. What do you mean by that, B? Everything you do now prepares you for the next thing you have to do tomorrow. School is a good example. Everything you do in pre-K prepares you, is just only simply preparing you for what you'll do in kindergarten and so on and so forth, right? But all of it is preparing you for ultimately graduating. Pre-K all the way through, right? So with that, in free life, the life principle aspects of free life, we believe that you must maximize leverage. You understand? You got to understand maximizing leverage. How do we do that? You develop the habits of always prioritizing the most important things. And that will have the greatest residual effects later on in life, right? Again, I'm saying maximizing leverage, developing the habits of always prioritizing the most important things will have the greatest residual effects later. Again, these are things that we teach our son. These are things, and this is the thing and the whole idea and concept that free life is built upon. Again, it's an acronym: PHRE, practice hard, run easy. Now understand the hard in that it isn't necessarily volume or level of difficulty. The hard is being able and knowing and understanding, again, those priorities that you create, right? Those the little things that you learn to leverage and utilize. One of them is, say, respect. Prioritize being respectful to everyone. Prioritize being respectful to everyone. When you prioritize being respectful to everyone, number one, you get to demand respect from everyone, right? But number two, when you prioritize being respectful to everyone, it slowly starts building a reputation of you as a person with other people. And now you get to leverage that later on in life. Now you get to leverage that in certain situations because of how you're viewed as a person, right? Politeness. We teach our son, as far as being a student athlete, if you're really going to be a great student athlete, there's just two things, man, that's needed. You have two jobs. The first job is you go up to that school and you be as excellent as you can be. Your second job, when you step out on that court or on that field or whatever, the track, you be as excellent as you can be. And what you do in order to maintain that excellence is you leverage. We practice the principles of maximizing leverage, right? We focus on developing habits, those habits, right? That will have great residual effects later on. You understand what I'm saying? So the whole idea with that is that what you're doing today is not necessarily for today. That's why you see me hashtag Bamboo25. There's a meaning behind that. But we're doing that now and practicing it and being consistent in it in all aspects of our life so that we see the fruits of it later in life. So that's the life principle aspect of free life. Now, free life, speed and agility we are a speed and agility training program. We're not a sports team or a sports organization. We're not looking to poach athletes for a team or of any sort. We are simply committed to building and developing great athletes. That's it. We just want to build great athletes, and we're not sports specific. Why? Because we believe that speed is universal. Again, you get faster, you get better at everything else that you do. That's just a principle that we believe in, So, why free life? Why? I went down a rabbit hole back in like 2014, 2015, back when Kasia was running track here in Plainview for the Bulldogs, and I went down a rabbit hole trying to learn about track initially, really just getting an understanding of track, long jumping, sprints, how to run fast or how to do, really just looking for drills maybe and how the best way to come out the blocks. But in doing that, I went into this this whole world of speed. And over the years, developed a lot of ideologies not a lot of ideologies, a primary ideology from virtual mentors that I now have. And then whenever Baylor was born, around that time Baylor was born, and then as he got older, he became interested in sports. And he started playing tackle football at 5 years old. And he was like one of, if not the smallest kid out there. But by then we realized he had natural speed, which of course because his mama birth speed, right? So now I'm telling him, hey, look, man, you're gonna have to use your speed. Just outrun everybody. On defense, come up as fast as you can and hit them. That's it. That was our strategy at that time, right? Just use your speed. So I continue studying speed. I continue, and then now here I am today with free life. And free life again, free life the life principle has been in existence since like 2015, 2016 probably. And then now the training aspects of it, I've been doing things I've been learning with Baylor slowly, you know what I'm saying, over time. And think it's been working. But so why? So that's the genesis of it, right? But now, why now the training? Why now the actual hustle, if you will, of free life? First reason, number one, is I just got tired of just talking and complaining. It's easy to sit on the sideline or sit up in the stands and criticize and talk noise and all of that. I was very good at that. I'm still good at it. Just notice, and I won't stop if I be 100% honest. That's the main word that I need you to pay attention to is I'm tired of just talking and complaining. Number two, I believe it's needed. I believe free life, speed and agility is needed. Why do I say that? Because I know what I see. And what I've seen is why I complain so much. I mean, y'all can go back in the Smoke Pod podcast, talked a lot of stuff over there about just sports, youth sports, and all the athletics, all that. And I have a whole lot more to say. What did I see? What do I believe that I'm seeing? Is like, I just don't think we as a community, coaches, whether it's youth or whatever, I just don't think we're committed to developing athletes. I know this is going to ruffle some feathers. That's fine. I'm used to ruffling feathers. But I have receipts for why I think this way, and through the course of my podcast episodes, we go talk about it. But I just don't think we're committed to developing athletes. As a matter of fact, I go so far to say that I believe that most teams and coaches out here find their success is based off of a couple of good athletes versus focusing on creating and building athletes within the process, right? What I mean by that, it's like, and y'all, and correct me if I'm wrong, because I see it. I know what I see. Most of the everybody that I've been watching and seeing, you have a couple of good players that's just naturally good. They're just studs. They're either fast or they're big and they're faster than the other kids on the this and that, and that's what you hang your hat on to hope that you win. That your studs are bigger and faster than the other team studs, right? And that's what we focus on. And that's what we focus on, how we're going to win. I know I see it in AAU basketball. Man, I see it in youth football. Versus, like, you know what? Let's build athletes. Let's develop athletes, like, for real. Develop them. I realized and learned that it's like we don't want to sacrifice. We won't do that because we don't want to. One of the biggest reasons is we don't want to sacrifice winning. We don't want to sacrifice winning because you might lose. When you're in the beginning development stages and stuff, So what's the answer to that? What do you mean by development? It's like, I'm glad you asked. I believe that and the reason why we need free life, why free life is here, why I'm doing this is because I believe that speed is the chief cornerstone of athleticism. I believe if you get faster, you get better at everything. And I got receipts for that. I believe if you want to be a great athlete, if you want to be an elite athlete, if you want to be that kid that athlete, you should focus on speed. You should have a focus on speed. You should run faster. You should work on running faster. Period. And as I have podcast episodes, I will go deeper into all of this with receipts. The last reason on why free life. I have a vested interest, man. I have a vested interest, and that's my son. 5th grader, 10 years old. We're not going nowhere. He'll be right here in Plainview. So I have a vested interest. So instead of being selfish, trying to hold be a gatekeeper of it and stuff, I just like, no, man, start sharing this, man. Get it out there. Offer training. Cheap training at that. And let's just see. I remember, man, like Plainview has had great athletes, man. And when I talk about great athletes, I'm talking about we had athletes that didn't hit that wall, right, in the past. What I mean by hit that wall, these past years, it's like I just see it's like there's a wall or in a ceiling for our young athletes, whether in whatever sports, whatever, and they can only get so far until they can't really compete at a high enough level to really give people the business. Some of it may be a Lubbock. Sometimes the wall is Lubbock or Amarillo. Sometimes the wall is regionals. But we just can't never, how do we knock down that wall? What do we need to do? I believe maybe the first thing we should do is really start focusing on really developing athletes from the youth level all the way up to the high school level. I watch a lot, man, and I have receipts on why I don't think we are committed to developing. And I believe that at every level. So, again, we're going to talk about it. We're going to get it in. This is just the first little podcast, man. Free life. Practice hard and run easy, man. Be an athlete. All right. It's your boy B. Myers, Speed Crusader. I holla.